Hey guys, welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase. My name is Austin and today we are returning to the KotLC ship war. A couple weeks ago I did a community post asking you guys who is your favorite Sophie ship, and I put a couple options such as like Sophie and Keefe, Sophie and Fitz, and even Sosingle. And we're gonna be reading some of the responses that we got from this community poll. But before we get into the video, if you guys like talking about the KotLC ship war, make sure to drop a like down below. It helps out our channel and it shows us that you guys like this type of content. Also comment down below who do you ship with Sophie, and you might get a chance to be featured in our next KotLC ship war video. So definitely comment down below who you ship. I would love to see all you guys' comments. And remember guys to subscribe down below to the channel. We have recently hit 11,000 subscribers at the time of recording this, and I'm just so thankful for all you guys. And I guess the next milestone is 12,000, so let's get it going. But without further ado, let's get into the first KotLC ship war comment. Alright, so this first comment is by Minty Kitty 3000, and this person says, I have been a Sokeefe shipper since I read The End of Exile. I feel like Keefe and Sophie's relationship with each other is more comfortable than hers with Fitz. Like for example, I recently reread Legacy and found that Sophie was uncomfortable whenever Fitz was mentioned or when he was there. However, with Keefe, she never felt that way and even went to his house multiple times to talk. She even confided in him about her relationship problems. I just strongly believe that Sokeefe is the most comfortable for Sophie other than her being by herself. Thank you so much for the comment. This is something that I really agree with because we know that in the books in the past, there have been so many awkward moments like with Sophie, Fitz, and Keefe together. When Fitz would mention their kind of relationship in front of their friends, Sophie would never really go on with that. She would always feel very embarrassed and feel awkward when Fitz would do that in front of her friends. So, you know, the relationship was just kind of really awkward and it was never really comfortable, at least on Sophie's side. Maybe Fitz didn't feel that way, but there was just definitely a little bit of tension and a little bit of uncomfortableness, and like there was no connection between Sophie and Fitz. And then just like you said, in Sophie and Keefe, they always feel comfortable with each other. They always talk whenever they need to help each other out. And I'm just so glad you commented this because I feel like a lot of people in the KotLC community also agree with you that just Keefe and Sophie's relationship is a lot better than Sophie and Fitz's, especially after the Sophie and Fitz breakup. Thank you so much for the comment. Let's get on to the next one. Alright guys, this next one is by Nyastri Chan, and this person says, used to ship Sofitz because to me they just made sense together. Then ship Sokeefe after Legacy because Fitz was being a jerk, even though Sophie is partially to blame because she neglected their relationship. But I ended up realizing Sophie is better off single. Both relationships are problematic. Fitz because he has toxic tendencies, and Keefe because he had to hurt her multiple times and refuses to be honest with her. To be honest, all three characters are too underdeveloped to even begin a functioning, healthy relationship. Fitz doesn't really have a character arc. Sophie is a Mary Sue who has become arrogant and reckless, and while Keefe has depth, he lacks growth. Only once the development will I reconsider who I ship. Hey, that's a really good point. I'm so glad he commented this. We definitely know that Sophie has been getting a little reckless, just like you said at the end, with burning the Never Seen storage house. She definitely needs some character growth because she is very young and she has a lot of different tendencies, and that could cause, you know, a relationship to not really go very well. We could definitely see that with Sophie and Fitz. And I just also like how you said that you actually at one point you ship Sofitz and then you ship Sokeefe, and then you said, oh, they're both not good. And again, that's really good to hear that, you know, you were on both sides at some point, and now you're thinking that both relationships are toxic, because, you know, both relationships could be toxic. Obviously, we know Fitz and Sophie, we had that big bad match argument and everything, and Keefe's always leaving and being reckless, so that could be also toxic as well, because imagine if they're in a relationship and Keefe just bolts away. You know, you can't really do that when you're in a relationship. So I definitely agree with you that Sophie could be single. I mean, obviously I'm a Sokeefe shipper, but I definitely agree with your argument that both relationships might not actually end up working. So thank you so much. Let's get on to the next one. Alright, this next one is by Lily, and this person says, I ship Sofitz because Fitz was the first person Sophie trusted in the Emblem world. He was there to support her and help her as she got used to the new world. Even if he does have quite a temper, he realizes that he has a problem with his anger and tries to make amends and apologizes afterwards. Also, and I'm going to sound exactly like Fitz, but they're cognates. There has to be a reason that they are capable of being cognates. They have a deep connection, and I believe that they will help their relationship. I can't deny that Keefe has a unique relationship with Sophie, but I think Sofitz is definitely a possibility. There are definitely some Sofitz shippers out there, but I do like the point where Sophie, if there's any elf that's been there and trusted her and supported her for a long time, and for the longest time out of anyone in the entire elven world, it's Fitz. She was the first elf really that Sophie met, and he helped Sophie kind of get through this kind of pain of losing all her home in San Diego, or wherever she lived. But yeah, she had like a really tough experience losing her family, losing her home, losing her friends, and Fitz kind of got her through that, and that's always going to be in Sophie's head. So you definitely have a great point there. But if we're talking about, you know, book 8 and book 8.5, all these late books, I don't think Sophie's going to be going really that deep into her past and, you know, really just reminiscing about all that. But I also do like your other point where they are cognates, they have a special connection, and that's obviously, like, Fitz obviously loves to brag about that. But yeah, they're cognates that, you know, they have a special connection, they know each other very well, you know, same as Sophie and Keefe, but there's definitely might be a little bit of spark there. We'll see. They had a little bit of a moment in book 8.5 where they kind of recollected themselves after the breakup, but we'll see what happens in the next book. But thank you guys so much for your comment. Let's get on to the next one. Alright, this last comment is by They See Me Rollin', and this person says, honestly, I think it's best for Sophie to stay single. She's about to make major decisions on how to save the world, and soon Sophie will have to take over and lead the Black Swan. If Sophie were to be in a relationship with Keefe right after breaking up with Fitz, there is going to be tension. Her plate is just way too full to worry about some love life. To be fair, both boys aren't worth the fuss now. She can figure out her love life later, and personally, I think Sophie should wait before starting a relationship. I mean, elves have a longer lifespan than humans. Bronte is over 5,000 years old, so Sophie can wait. That is definitely a great comment. You guys are making great arguments for your ships. I definitely agree with, you know, Sophie can wait. There's a long lifespan. You know, Bronte, he's 5,000, 6,000 years old. I mean, Sophie has a lot of time to think about her love life, but obviously, like, we're not gonna be reading the book when she's 5,000 years old, so I guess a lot of people, you know, like me, want it now. But you know, that's a good point. But yeah, there's gonna obviously be tension if Sophie and Keefe got together right after Sophie and Fitz break up. That's gonna definitely add some tension to the story. And you know, Sophie, of course, the biggest point of all, fight's gonna come. You know, Sophie just burned down the Neverseen storage house. Like, the Neverseen are gonna come to retaliate, and that's kind of what the cliffhanger of 8.5 was. You know, it was really just like the battle has begun, and Sophie has to be ready. And you know, there's not gonna be a lot of time for all this love life when Sophie's battling the Neverseen and trying to save the world, and that's a big responsibility. So you might be right. Sophie definitely has a lot of things on her hands, and a relationship might just be too much for her. But yeah, that is the last comment of this video. I'm so glad all you guys commented down below all your ships and everything, because I love looking through them, and you guys all have really unique and interesting description on all your ships, so I love reading them. Thank you guys so much. Let's get into the outro. Alright guys, this is the outro. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, if you guys enjoyed the ship war video and all this, then smash the like down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes on this video. I don't know if you guys can do it, but let's see. And also remember to comment down below, who do you ship with Sophie? I would really love to hear what you guys think, and I'm definitely going to try and read and respond to almost every one of you. And lastly guys, subscribe down below. We know that about only 20% of you guys are subscribed, so we know that a lot of you guys out there aren't subscribed. So if you aren't, go check down below and hit that subscribe button. That would really help us out a lot. And if you guys want more content from us, check the links down in the description. We have some more channels that you guys could check out, and we have merch, and we have channel memberships, and you guys can check out all of our exclusive content down below in the description. But that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and peace.